Hello, everyone, and welcome to Snowfell Palace. I'm Evangeline, and I will be your host and oracle this evening. I am going to jump right into it. I'm gonna try to do something a little bit traditional. I'm gonna try to if you're watching this, I'm gonna try to do a general reading for you, um, and we're going to see what you need to know in general. Okay, um, we're gonna take a little break from, well, it's a little bit hard to step away from your deity of choice, but I'm not going to make this tarot card reading about love and relationships. Well, it'll likely be about relationships. I mean, you can't avoid it, really. Honestly, if you're a person interacting with other people, then it's a form of relationship. um but I'm not going to make it explicitly about a romantic relationship. I'm not going to make it explicitly aphrodisiacal. I'm going to make it general, okay? So this could be something like a warning. This could be like money coming through. This could be information about a new job. This could be some clarification on like a sick pet. I don't know why that just came up, but you might be watching this and you might have a sick pet and you might not know exactly what's going on. They might not be like deathly ill, but they could be acting weird or having strange like bowel movements or something like that. And so this might be some clarification on that. Not guaranteed. I have no idea what we're going to get out of here. I'm not invoking anything really. I'm just going to do a general what do you need to know. I do have this kind of like it's summertime now officially, I believe. So happy summer, everyone. We went through spring. We made it through spring without any exceptionally crazy weather, I think. Um, but goodbye, spring. Thank you for welcoming us into summer. I love spring. I love summer. I love fall. And I love winter. I love all of the seasons. And I feel like that's the kind of general idea for this reading today is going to be, it's an all-out type of like it's an opportunity to love something other than explicitly love or romance or anything like oxytocin or dopamine based. Well, that was a lot. Let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 cards out here. 6 could be of significance to you. I've been seeing lots of cards with 666 on it. In numerology, triple sixes have to do with reflection. In my tarot card reading, 6s have to do with return, and then of course there's the modern interpretation of that sequencing of numbers. So if I put all those things together, then I would say that there's a lot of like shadow work, lots of shadow work here. Maybe this is shadow work that you have overcome or shadow work that you need to work on. Shadow work is a continuous process, so maybe you could be really managing your shadow self really well, or this is something that might need your attention. This could also be a little bit of a like kind of indulge a little bit. This could be like to not take things so seriously, to live a little, to let loose, something like that. Again, it's summertime. Summertime's here. Summertime is here. So, this might be a great reminder for you to just, indulge in the plenty that is summertime. I know like fall is like harvest time, but summertime brings so many like new opportunities. The weather breaks off into a stable warmth. You can start. It's like your momentum has built, and now you're ready to go. I see 4, 5, 6 right there, the timer. All of that ready to go. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, so I am going to read this spread as if I'm sure this reading is for you. So I don't have to do, I mean, I don't really have to do a signifier for this. Yeah, let's just move. Speaking of moving, we have the Eight of Wands, all about movement. Eights are about impulse, Wands are about exertion. So it's the impulse to move. It's like you might feel like the overall and general energy here is a little bit of restlessness. You might have been feeling a little bit of like the you might have felt the world calling to you for a particular task or location or something like that. You might just feel like the call to adventure, or isn't that what that's called when you go through the hero's journey? Isn't it the call to adventure, or the adventurer's call, or something like that? Excuse me. Let me grab some water. I just had I just eaten, and I think a little bit still in my throat. So we have the Judgment card to start off with. So this is like this is giving me like big break, like you knew was happening. And it's like maybe not even like so much like big break as in like you're gonna get like an email about something, or a text message or some other form of confirmation that's kind of losing my mind, like a letter or something like that. It could be all this, but I think you're really getting the like that you feel it, like you feel like it's not only like it's a restlessness, but you feel like you're ready, like you're ready. I don't know how else to describe that. And then above the Judgment, we have the Elder of Pentacles and the Elder of Cups. So this is going to be a highly like organized, well established, like again, like this is like ready energy. And then with the cup energy in there as well, that is going to be like a level of contentment when it comes to socializing. Like you kind of got your socializing aspects down. Like it's giving a little bit like with a combination of that, with the Judgment and the two elders, it's giving a little bit like like you don't need anyone to tell, like it's not like that you don't need anyone to tell you anything, like that you're going to like ignore input, feedback, advice, or anything like that. But it's like if you know something, and you're like, it's really giving me that your intuition is like top tier. And not only is your intuition top tier, but your observation is top tier. It's like your intuition, like the what's going on inside, your intuition on the inside, and your analytical skills on the outside, they're like well meshed. They're well put together. This is giving me also with the cup energy and Judgment. It's giving me like people. You understand people. You know what, you can see their motives from a mile away. Like you understand when someone is comfortable, when they aren't comfortable, and you understand the reasons why they would be or why they wouldn't be. You Yeah, every time something happens, you know exactly why it's happening. Yeah. Um, this is also very interesting. I'm gonna do, let's do these two. We have the Adult of Pentacles and then the Four of Pentacles. So again, that's heavier pinnacle energy, that conscientious energy. So you're well organized. You got it down. Um, and with the adult, again, that's adding that a cup energy, the agreeability to it. So again, it's like when it comes to interacting with people, it's like not only can you tell what people are doing and why they're doing it, you know what to do and how to like respond to that. You know now how to interact with things. And with the four here, with the settlement, and this person holding on to all their valuables, you are learning to I want to say that you're learning to hold on to what is valuable, and it seems like um, this intuition, this observations, this insight is exceptionally valuable to you, and and now you understand that it's valuable. This is knowing when to talk about certain things and when not to talk about certain things. This is when to hold your own. Like it's very much like how to stand your ground without being unapproachable. Um, you just have like the combination of it is just you have a lot of this social grace. You have a lot of social grace. You know exactly what's going on when it comes to you and other people. And then on the other side, we have another adult of swords, and then we have the nine of cups. So this is adding to that agreeability energy, and the swords is giving that communicative energy. So it's very much it's you know when to hold them, when to fold them. I said that in a few of my other videos, but it's been a long time since I said that. But you know when to hold them, when to fold them. You're not and look how comparative like these energies are. Like the two adults here in the center, and then we have these two individuals sitting and holding on to, this guy's holding on to themselves and this one's holding on to their possessions. So this is really giving me like the combination of the two adults is like you got the social mastery, and then you got the four of pentacles and the nine of cups, and that's really like you're really understanding your personal value. And with the nine representing status, you're getting a lot of like a recognition of as someone who is like you're getting recognition as someone who handles social situations really gracefully. Like you're not this is I don't know if this is actually true, but this is the thought that just came to me, is like you're not awkward, you're not also like standoffish, you're not rude, but you're not super accommodating. Yeah, either is like you're not breaking your back to make sure everyone's comfortable, but you're also making sure that people are comfortable. Like you have a really good balance, it seems. And then with the Pentacle adult combo here, we also have the Pentacle, the Three of Pentacles. So this is very much like people want to like. This is giving like people want to work with you, be around you, or comfortable being around you. It's giving like people want to like, yeah, I want to say work with you, but it's giving a little bit more of like people want to work while being near you. You're like, it's kind of giving me like you're probably would make a really good like study buddy. It's giving me very much study. So people could see you as being like rather intelligent. Like very much a mix of everything. Like you're very intelligent and cordial and independent and um, what else am I trying to say here? Like, and almost like maybe people have like a loss of words for you to describe who you are compared to like other people. And then with the sword adult pairing here, we have We also have the Six of Swords. So six is, like I said before, is all about return. Um, and so like this is giving me, like when I was talking about the study buddy energy, it's giving me a lot of like people feel like they can be in your energy and be themselves. Like this is giving very authentic energy. This is like very coming back to themselves. This is very like, it's like so interesting because we have the Judgment here as the signifier card for you as the viewer, but it's like, it is like you're judgmental, but you're not judgmental. You know, it's very much like you're really observing, you're really like taking in the information, but you're not judgmental about the specific information. You're, it's like you're I want to say like your silence when it comes to like gaining information about things is really impactful, but not, it's not felt as like, it's not felt as like a criticism. It's felt more of a like a processing, a trying to understand. Like there is a, like you might be a little bit on, I don't know why I want to say this, but you might be a little bit on the it's an interesting type of being on the neurodivergent spectrum, whereas like you have a lot of social cues, but you, it's like the way that you process social cues, like you do have to go through a um like a thought process for it. You have to let it process through you. And I think that this is something that is surprisingly comforting to other people. I think that they are surprised by it, that you don't have a like a quick response to it. Almost like, you know, like if you say something, like you're going to say something to somebody and you expect them to respond in a certain way, and that expectation isn't like the best expectation. Like you don't expect them to respond in a way that is actually comforting or something like that. They're actually it's like, you know, in house, like some people will try to like overcompensate with that and trying to say something overly nice to something that most people would say something like overly critical or judgmental or something like that. They're a little bit reassured that you're not fighting to make them feel better. You're just listening to what they're saying. They're a little bit more comfortable, it seems. It seems like you make other people feel a little bit more comfortable when it is that you, they feel more comfortable that you do not respond in the pause in which you would normally respond in the conversation. You use that time to process what is being said. You use it, it's like almost like active listening but without a response. It's like they can see the wheels turning in your head, like you're thinking about this thing, whatever it is that they just said. And they love that you're taking the time to think about it instead of trying to comfort them, because they might see that you could see that thing that they brought up was a problem, but they might not feel like it's actual problem. So they're comforted by you considering the fact that you don't have to fix what they just said, and also that you don't have to put more negativity onto what they just said. Which I think is almost very similar. Like if you try to fix something, then you're putting a little bit more weight onto what is being said as a negative thing. Just like if you were to say, yeah, that's terrible. Oh my gosh, what are you gonna do about blah blah blah? You know, they like that you didn't do that you don't do that. This might be a like a recent interaction that you had, or this could be like in the past before, like, or this could be like a quality in you that you might have had, but it's been kind of like mastered. And that's why I'm gonna say that this seems like a situation in which you have just been in. Um, yeah, they see they see a lot of stuff. They see a lot of stuff, and it's like a lot of stuff they're not. It's like it's a very interesting combination because it's very it's very put together, but it's not. It's very put together, but not in a showy way. It's very put together, like within yourself. It's very authentic. It's very stable. It's very true. It's very courteous. It's very. Yeah, it's almost distant without a facade. It's like, it's very authentic. You're very authentically distant. You got that Aquarius energy. Got that Aquarius energy. You don't have to be an Aquarius for this reading. You could be an Aquarius. I try not to do zodiac signs for my readings because it doesn't really matter. And also, a lot of people don't necessarily fall into their sun sign. And you can have all the signs in your chart, and any of them can take precedent over the other based off planet alignment or positioning in your houses. So it really doesn't matter. And a lot of these combinations could come together in which you evoke an Aquarius energy without having a strong Aquarius placement or any Aquarius placement, or you could have a weak Uranus placement, or a weak 11th house. Sorry, my list got the best of me. Um, 11th house placement. You could have a weak one of that, or not a particularly strong um, placement. But yeah, you really are giving this like, yeah, you're giving this very much like, I'm a person, you're a person. What you're going through is something that I don't really know about. You're really giving that I don't really know about that, so I'm not gonna say. Like when people say um, like when people give opinions about things that they don't know about just to give an opinion, and other people are like, well, it's free to just shut up. Like, it's kind of like you picked up on that energy, not to say that you needed to shut up or anything like that, but you really picked up on the concept of like, well, if I don't know anything, I don't have to talk about it. That's very much you. If you don't have anything to put into the conversation, then you don't have to put anything in the conversation. And I think that people respect that you understand your own boundaries, and not boundaries like you can't be over here, but boundaries like I can only go this far. Like I can. It could, like, consider it weightlifting, and it's like it's really respectful for you to be like, I can only lift this amount of weight. All right, I'm not trying to impress you. I'm not trying to break my record right now. I'm taking it at my own pace right now. I can't lift more than that. And that's how you are in these social situations. Yeah, your social interactions, you're very much like, this is as much as I can do. I can do this, and I can do this, and I can do this, but I can't do that. And I think people really respect that. And then I think people are like, I can respond to this, I can respond to this, but I can't respond to that. I have nothing to say about that. That's your domain. You're obviously experiencing this situation, and I am not. I have nothing to input about that. Um, and I think that allows people to be like kind of autonomous in their own sense of their own conversation. They feel like they can be um, right about something because you're not going to try to tell them they're wrong about something. I see that a lot. Um, just because it doesn't make sense to you. Like, I think that you're a type of person who is like, I mean, it doesn't make sense to me, but it doesn't mean that it's wrong. That doesn't sit comfortably with me, but it doesn't mean that it's wrong. I just don't know that. It might be I'm uncomfortable with it just because it's new to me. I feel like you can do that in a way that respects you, and I mean, just doing that respects you and respects the other person. Um, let's continue here. We also have the devil over the Five of Pentacles, which to me is giving me a little bit like it's this same energy that is comforting to certain people is really uncomfortable to other people. So you can be you're very polarizing right now. Like, and I think that has to do with like, this is what I can do and this is what I can't do. And I think a lot of people can be uncomfortable with people who don't at least try to do everything. um and so these I think that you're also a type of person who, when someone brings up a conversation, almost like it's almost like, like, and that's what the devil card here is, like, when someone's trying to get you to talk about something that you don't know about. And what you do in response is you leave them in this Five of Pentacles energy. It's like the fives are all about conflict, and the way you do conflict is not interacting. Your way of fighting is just not fighting. And then that really helps other people, really helps. It really invokes other people to like implode, or explode, honestly. Or honestly, it's more implode. They have nowhere else to put their energy. Um, but back inside them, and they can't handle it. That's the reason why that they wanted to put it on you, because they didn't want to hold on to it anymore. It's like a game of hot potato. And your way of fighting, your way of invoking conflict in other people is by not taking the hot potato. When someone when someone offers the potato to you, you say no. You don't put your hands out. You're like, nah, I don't want to hold a hot potato right now. And I think I feel like that's where this judgment energy comes from, and how like you understand social situations. Like, that's the negatives of social interaction, and you're like, I'm not picking up what you're putting down. I'm not going to. I see what you're putting down. I know what you're putting down, but I'm not going to pick it up. That's not something I want to pick. That's not something I want to touch. That's not something I wanted to see. So I'm not going to interact it any more than with my eyes. Um, on this side, we have the Adolescent of Pentacles here at the top, and then the Hierophant. So this is really giving me like, and this is giving me like that people kind of find you very like, it's giving that Three of Pentacles energy. Like, people see you as like rather like valuable. You got a lot of Pentacles energy here, especially on one side. You have a lot of Pentacle energy in here, actually. um a little bit of Cup, a little bit of Sword. No wands. I don't see any wands in here. So you could be very slow moving, calculative. You could be the type of person who doesn't like push. You don't push. It's very much like in Avatar, it's very much waterbender type of energy. It's very much, you take the energy and you push it back. You don't exert any energy like a firebender would, maybe, or I don't know, any of the other benders, I suppose. But there is a little bit of like, I'll receive this water and then return it back to you, just as it was returned, just as it was approached to me, I'll return it to you. And some people can see you as very like valuable. Um, they can see you as someone they want to be like committed to, connected to. Um, I so yeah, this is something this is very much someone who you're really giving an ambassador energy. You're giving what was Jafar in Aladdin? He was a royal advisor. You're giving very royal advisor energy. You're giving very much like, no, I don't trust this person. No, I don't trust that person. No, I don't think you should trust that person. This person's okay. This one's actually pretty good. This one would be really beneficial for the type of energy that we're trying to evoke here at the palace. You know, that's that type of energy. Um, yeah, you're very much like, it's also giving me from Avatar, but the Legend of Korra, when they had the metal bender society cult or whatever it was given cult. Not I not I don't have a problem with them, as if they're real people and I need to explain that I don't have a problem with them. I don't have a problem with them, but the advisor, the one who could tell if you're lying through earth bending, the vibrations of whatever, like how Toph did it. Um, it's giving me that this is who you are. You're a lie detector. You're a lie detector. Um, yeah, you're a lie detector. Um, yeah, there's no other better way to say it, with the adults, the elders, the judgment, um, the Hierophant and the devil. You got, yeah, you got straight. You got, I can see the darkness of your soul. I can see the darkness of your soul. um, there's corruption within you. It's very also Nightwolf from Mortal Kombat, especially Mortal Kombat Deception, because I don't know if he showed up in any of the other Mortal Kombats, but Nightwolf in Mortal Kombat Deception, when he was in the Nether Realm and he ran Shujinko, the main character of the Conquest. If you don't know, you can watch it on YouTube. You can watch the whole conquest mode, long play. I do suggest to do it without commentary, because that's just how I do it, but you can watch it however you want. But when Shujinko had to go into the Nether Realm, spoiler alert, I guess, it doesn't ruin anything, I promise. um, he runs into Nightwolf, and Nightwolf, or not in the Nether Realm, he runs into Nightwolf at one point, and he says that, you know, because you were at the Nether Realm, you have a lot of darkness in you. And Nightwolf even tries to tell Shoshinko to go away. Like, you have evil in you. I don't want to deal with you. And that's the type of energy that you have. If you sense that someone has evil, you're like, I don't know about you. Please go away. Um, but I think also in the sense that you could do the same thing with as Nightwolf did for Shujinko. They worked together, they trained together, and Nightwolf was able to purge most of the evil taint that was over Shujinko, over his soul. So I definitely think that that could be something for you. I do watch a YouTuber. Her name is, I can't remember her names, but she's a Swedish witch, and she works with the energies there. She doesn't do Reiki. She does a shamanic energy work. And she likes to describe it as being a little bit like muddy and bloody. And she really works to get that type of energy. She really works to pull negative energy out of you. And she also offers like a masterclass, where she teaches other people how to do the same energy healing that she does. And so I would say that if you do run into her at some point on your YouTube journey, you might consider doing one of those shamanic healing classes. I think that you'd be really good at it with this type of energy. Like, I mean, first you have to recognize it, right? And so I feel like if you were looking for another step, like maybe say you were restless, bored, maybe, I would move on to energy healing work. Especially if if you've been dabbling in spiritual stuff, like, you know, crystals, tarot card, astrology, horoscopes, things like that. I think that like, I feel like at this point, you know how to interact with people, you know what they got going on. I think that a nice next step, an easy, like the a no-brainer next step for you was to be work into energy work and trying to um, exercise some of that negative energy within some people. And I wanted to say too, because I do personality analysis, because I'm a psychologist, um, I I look at personality and try to understand how it affects people and how fixed personality is. And then I've really ran into the fact that personality isn't as fixed as I once believed. That there are some personality types that are rather like there's some personality types that can be rather stubborn in their willingness to change, but everyone can. Um, Agreeability and openness seem to be personality traits of the big five that are difficult to train or master or progress in. Um, but they can be, they're just difficult to. But I do think that because agreeability and extroversion, or no, because agreeability and openness are difficult to change, right? In a positive sense. They're easy to change in a negative sense. Like you can be forced into being a little bit more closed-minded, and you can be forced into being a little less collaborative. So I think that you, with this expertise, with the natural gift that you have or the talent that you developed over the time that you were developing it, I think that you will be able to remove some of those psychic obstacles that prevent people from being at their natural level of agreeability or their natural level of openness. I think that you can help open the minds of those who were at some point very open, very sensitive, very empathetic, and you can also um, increase the level of agreeability in those who are accommodating, again, apathetic or empathetic, compassionate, all those things. You will run into people who you can't inspire these qualities in. Um, but those who've been inflicted by other people who've pressured them into a more in a lower um, energy frequency, I think that you can aid in that. I think you could also aid in increasing extroversion and maybe a little bit of conscientiousness with providing resources and tools. But I do think that your expertise is going to be in promoting agreeability and openness. I would say actually, conscientiousness, I think you could work really well with when it comes to like social etiquette. Um, you could start promoting that, and that will start promoting confidence in other people. So that would raise their extroversion. So I think you can raise all of these aspects really well. And then by raising all these aspects, you lower the aspects of neuroticism, which I think is just kind of like a shadow self type of thing. I wouldn't, I don't feel like it's a energy that needs to be focused on so heavily, at least at the time of my study right now. That could change as I get further into my work, my research. But I want to pull some cars, some other cars to see what else we can talk about here. We also have the Empress here. So, like you can definitely invoke this type of energy in other people. I would say the Empress is going to be heavy in agreeability, probably really heavy in extra, or no, well, I would think pretty good in extroversion, maybe heavy in conscientiousness. You also have the Nine of Pentacles, which I think emphasizes this kind of like decorum, this type of grace. I feel like you could elevate a lot of people into like a state of pleasantry, pageantry. I don't know why these words came up, but they're just the words that are in my head. But prestige, you can elevate like the people around you. You're a little bit like a guiding rod when it comes to how to interact with other people. Because you're highly conscientious, so you're very mindful of what it is that you should do, and then with that agreeability focus, especially around the center of our reading here, you know how to do these things without being in respect to other people's interest or entry level. Like you're not going to force people. It's giving very much like it's very teaching etiquette, not demanding etiquette, um, for those who are interested in etiquette. We also have the Elder of Wands, so we've got some wand energy here. So this is going to be a conscientiousness in action. So this, like, you can start. It's really interesting because I do think that a level of support is super important when it comes to people achieving higher levels of, like, when they want to reach their higher self. Um, when they want to be the best that they can be, I think a level of support is super, super important. And that without a consistent or authentic or like pure form of support, like real support, like like, I hear what you want to do. I think that you can do it. And here are some ways I think I can help you along your journey into doing it. Like that type of help. And it's very much into the hero's journey where they meet the magical assistants, which is usually the wizard character. The person is like the Philoctetes of Hercules, or the three fairies, the three good fairies in Sleeping Beauty. You have that energy. You have very much, you get wizard energy, Ari. You got wizard energy or witch energy. But you definitely have like, it's also, what was it, Mama somebody from Princess and the Frog. It's very much like that energy. I love how, and also she was blind too, but she knew what everything was going on. And I say all this in response to the Elder of Wands. I think that you are the reason. It's like you are very much the help of the hero. You are very much the help of the hero. And I know that some people might want to be the hero in their story, but I don't think that you are concerned with that. You're not concerned because you're a little bit of, I want to say that you're a little bit above that concept because of your attachment. You're a little bit like without being hierarchical, because you don't have to be like above it, but as if to be a hero is a bad thing. But you're a little bit like detached from you're distanced from the idea of helping those who do not wish to be helped, which helps. Which really helps. Knowing who to help is just as important as wanting to help in order to be like good, I guess. We also have the Six of Cups here. So this again, like what I was talking about before, when it seems like you're a really good like study buddy, or like you're a good accountability buddy, because people feel, I was gonna say will feel, but people feel comfortable enough around you to be themselves. They don't feel pressured or judged, but they do feel watched. And I think that they're okay. Usually people are not okay with that, but I think they're okay with that because you're looking at things that are often ignored or abused. I was trying to think of another word for that, but you're not neglecting anything. You're very much paying attention without it being a bad way. Like just like the narcissist kind of like gives attention, but in order to make you feel small, you are the type of energy that gives attention to make you feel big, which I would guess would be under histrionic energy. But I definitely say that what we're reading here, you're in a very like mature romantic energy. And I do want to start doing some research on people who move back and forth between a romantic energy and an energy that's not in the romantic category. If you don't already know, the romantic category is going to be um, personality traits that align with a personality or a borderline personality spectrum, a histrionic personality spectrum, or a distracted personality spectrum. Um, and then we also have the Knight of Wands. Let's do, and the Two of Cups. Like you are like you're a healer. You're a healer. And then we have Temperance at the bottom. You're a healer. You're a healer. You know how to take energy and you know how to transform it. You know how to hear bad news and you know how to respect it. You know how not to absorb it. You know how to transform it when it's yours to transform. You have exceptionally great respect for energy. And this is exceptionally healing. Yeah. Um I think that might be all that I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed your visit here at the palace. If you didn't, that's totally your choice, and I completely respect it. Um, I hope that you have a wonderful morning, day, afternoon, evening, or night. If you do not wish to have a wonderful morning, day, afternoon, evening, or night, then that's totally your choice, and I completely respect it. Until next time, guys, I'll see you.